So, a very good morning to everyone, to respected Frau and all my dear friends. Today I am going to present on the topic rules and regulations to help newly arrived students at the University of Applied Sciences, Nordhaus. So basically I have broke down the presentation into four main categories. First being the very obvious, the university rules and regulations. And this I'll cover two of the things which are the classroom rules and university rules. Second comes the general rules and regulations which the students may encounter in their daily life. Third are some general tips which I would like to give to the upcoming students from a personal perspective. And fourth are some of the important points which I would like to give to the upcoming students for a better life in Germany. So firstly we'll come to the classroom rules. First is reach the class 5 minutes before the allotted time. So Germany is known for punctuality, and you have to be always on time and 5 minutes before the scheduled time. Of course, sometimes you may get late, but make sure you knock on the classroom's door and get a call from the professor or teacher and then enter. Second is do not wear a cap, and this is like a very strict command that you should never wear a cap because this is considered as a sign of disrespect towards the teacher or professor. Third is do not wear jackets in the class. So this is like the heaters in the classroom are good enough to keep the atmosphere in the class pleasant, and it is not considered like very disrespectful, but people think that you are on your way to leave the classroom, so avoid wearing jackets. Fourth is quite obvious, drinking and smoking is prohibited, but this is quite common in Germany, but of course in classroom it is strictly prohibited. Now coming to the university rules, first is very important, provide your M10 and your insurance certificate to the SSG as early as possible. Even I have encountered this problem. I have a private health insurance partner, and the university still wanted an M10 from a statutory health partner, that is a public health partner. So if you do not provide this on time, you may even be extra matriculated from the course. That is, you may not be able to pursue your course further. Second is for the study and exams. For this, a separate PDF is available on the university website, but still I would like to cover some of the important points from it. First is 90 credit points are required to write your master thesis, which is an ultimate thing to get your master's degree certificate. So we can break down this 90 credit points into three sections, 30 credit points per semester, and try to gain all the 30 credit points in those semesters itself. Second is for the subjects in qualification semester, you have a maximum of 3 attempts to pass the subjects. If you fail to pass in those 3 attempts, you cannot pursue your course further. And also there is a deadline. Those 3 attempts must be done by the end of 3rd semester. You cannot take it to the 4th semester. Next is the maximum period for completing a master's program is 10 semesters, and this is inclusive of your master thesis. 10 semesters corresponds to 5 years, so this is quite a flexible time. But if students fail to cross beyond this, then they cannot get a master's degree certificate from this university. Third is for the language center subjects, that is the German language, effective study, and scientific writing. There is a minimum criteria to have 75% attendance. If you fail to meet this criteria, there might be severe consequences. Maybe you may face effects on your grade, or in some cases you might even not able to write the exam. Fourth is, I mentioned this in the first point also, always knock, don't enter directly. If you are late or if you have an appointment with the teacher or professor, still knock, let the professor or teacher tell that come in, or maybe wait for some time and then enter. It's always disrespectful if you enter the classroom without knocking. Fifth is, this is not a said rule, but always carry your TOSCA card. When you are in the university, you will need it for Mensa, you will need it for accessing books in the library, so always carry it. Now these are some of the general rules and regulations in Germany as general, but particularly in Nordhausen as well, for daily life of students. First are the traffic and road safety rules. Maybe in our home countries we were not the road safety rules and traffic rules were not as strict as they are here. So firstly and foremostly, follow the signals and speed limits. Speed limit may not be applicable at this point, but follow the signals even when no one is around. Just for example, if you are crossing the road when the signal is red, then and God forbid if some vehicle hits you, then it's totally on you. It's not the driver's fault, and even your health insurance partner would not cover for you because you broke the rule and you were crossing when the signal was red. Second is beware of the cycling paths. Especially on the footpaths, there are red color strips which are specially kept for the cyclers. So make sure you are not walking on those strips. Third is students mostly use bicycles in their university days. So while using bicycles in the dark, maybe in the late evenings or night, make sure you have a headlight and a backlight on, because if you don't and if police catches you, then you might have to give a fine of 60 euros. Second is always be polite. We have to greet everyone and be thankful even for the small things. So maybe in our home countries we are not thankful for small things, but here in Germany you will hear the words Dankeschön, Bitteschön at least 20-30 times a day. And this will help you to imbibe yourself in the German culture, and even the Germans will find it good that an international student is trying to be a part of their culture. So be polite always. Third is book an appointment for anything and everything. So maybe this is also a cultural difference topic, but I would still like to cover it. Maybe in our home countries, if we fell sick, we'll just visit a doctor, and doctor will write some medicines, and our work is done. And this also goes for government offices. We'll just go in the office, ask for something, and our work will be done. But here in Germany, it's not like that. We have to book an appointment, even for meeting professors and talking something about your studies or something. You have to book an appointment, write a mail, get some time, and even while writing the mail, you have to be polite. Are you available? You don't have to write like I am available. You have to ask, are you available at this time? And then this goes like that. Fourth, be on time. This I covered in the first slide as well, but this is not only applicable to your classrooms and university. This is applicable in entire Nordhausen and in entire Germany. Next are some of the general tips which I would like to give. First is shop smartly. While shopping, check for the expiry dates. The daily products which we buy, like milk, breads, everything comes with an expiry date. So for buying products try to buy products which are of a later expiry date. Second is there are limited stocks available on Fridays and Saturdays. So you always won't get the thing which you want on Fridays and Saturdays. So try shopping in the early part of the week. Third is check the Nutri-Score. So every product has a Nutri-Score from A to E, A and B, A being the best, E being the worst. So for better health and for better eating, try to eat foods which are of A and B Nutri-Score. Second is buy supplements, specifically vitamin D3, B12, fish oil. So this is not said in any of our orientations or something, but this is very important as far as my opinion is concerned, because this also helps to meet our deficiency, and secondly, due to this changing climate as well as the darker climates, these supplements help to adapt yourself to this climate. Third is these are some of the useful applications which I would like the upcoming students to download. I have just broke down the applications into 5 categories: for university, for transportation, for shopping, for jobs, and if you have to transfer money to your home country. I would not go one by one. You can refer to this list. This presentation will be made available if needed. Next are some of the important points for a better life in Germany. So firstly, this is the most important part of the presentation, what I think. First, it is natural to feel homesick and alone at times. Students, when they come here in the initial days, they feel like homesick and alone, and then they doubt themselves whether I made a wrong decision coming to Germany. But it's quite natural to feel to have these feelings in the initial days, but we cannot let these feelings or these things to control ourselves. So what we can do, we should try to keep ourselves as busy as we can. Maybe if you want to pursue your skills, there is a club for almost everything here in Nordhausen. If you are into reading, there is a reading club. There are two beautiful libraries. One is the central and one in our university itself. Second, if you are into running, there is a running club, Laufgruppe. Then if you are into fitness, there are 2-3 good fitness studios. So the thing is, keep yourself as busy, because if your mind is busy, there is a very little room to think about all this stuff, and of course this will definitely help you. Second is talk with everyone and make connections. So in my opinion, making connections is as important as pursuing your masters here, because if you talk with someone, people know you, people know that there is a guy named Tejas in this university, in this town. And what happens is, if you talk, just for an example, if I talk with somebody and tell ki this is my field of interest and I would like to have my thesis or my job in this field, then maybe the person who is working in the organization may think ki, okay, there was a guy named Tejas and he told that he is aspiring to pursue his thesis and there is a vacancy. Maybe I can just call him and ask if he's available. So in this way, making connections will definitely help you to find a job or for your thesis, anything. And what happens is, what I saw, people tend to remain in their core groups once they make one. And it's important to have a core group, but just don't restrict yourself to that group. Go outside that group and talk with everyone. Third is prioritizing things based on their importance at different times. So when students arrive in Germany, their priorities are a lot different than what they are now. So now your priorities is definitely studies, because the exams are 1 or 2 months away. And but when you arrived in Germany, your priorities would be to firstly to settle, then knowing your town, knowing Nordhausen, knowing the university, then finding a part-time job if you want to do one, then pursuing your hobbies. So there are some of the things in your priority list which are constant, but you need to shuffle them based on their importance at different times. Fourth one is to set some short-term and long-term goals and act accordingly. So if you know the goal, if you know the destination, you can plan your journey. So if you want to set some goals, you can break it down into short-term and long-term. Short-term can be as short as a week, a month, or maybe 2-3 months. Long-term goals can be for a year or so. Short-term goals can be like to study a certain things in a week or in a month, and you have to even track those goals to make sure that you are doing well enough to meet those goals. And your long-term goals may be to learn German till a particular level, maybe to find a thesis, maybe to find a work student job, maybe to find an internship. Fifth one is self-appreciation and positive self-talk once a day. So when students are in Germany, in Nordhausen, they are not just doing their studies. They are here, they are cooking, they are washing their clothes, they are doing part-time jobs, they are learning German, and they are pursuing their hobbies, skills. So it's not very ordinary and not everybody can do this. And many a times we students feel that we are not getting appreciated for the efforts we are putting in. So maybe and it's quite obvious people will not come to you directly and appreciate on your face. So why not we students appreciate ourselves just at the end of the day or once in a day? Just talk to yourself, Tejas, you did a good job today. So this will definitely help you to keep yourself motivated and be confident always. And sixth, this goes unsaid, enjoy Europe. There are 22-23 countries which you can travel with your visa. And as I said, this should be on your priority list, but not always. You should make sure this goes on your priority list only when you are done with your exams and all. So to conclude, I'll just say be aware of all the rules. The rules which I said were for the university and in general some specific rules to Nordhausen. But of course, for any jobs you are doing in part-time, full-time, there will be rules for that particular organization. The thing is, be aware of them. There would be a specific book or specific booklet or PDF available on which all the rules will be listed. Make sure you are aware of all of them. And secondly, follow them. If you don't follow, of course, there would be severe consequences. So that's my time. Thank you for your kind attention. And now I'll keep the forum open for any questions related to my presentation.
Asking him questions will be part of your grade, not just his.
Yeah.
Due to some reason, if I miss an appointment with someone, then what?
Okay, if you miss an appointment, just make sure you are informing them well in advance. Maybe write a mail, or if you have his number, just tell him or her whether you cannot make it, and maybe they can reschedule your appointment and they can engage themselves in some other activity during your appointment time. Yeah.
Are there any particular rules for smoking in university or public places in Germany?
As I said, smoking is very common here, but it still depends. Like in the classroom, it is strictly prohibited, and in university, maybe outside you can smoke, but not in the classroom. Yeah.
Is there any time limit for rescheduling my appointments?
It's quite a particular question. Means it depends on the appointment with whom you have the appointment. So you can just write a mail and the other person will respond with the email what time is available.
So you told about traveling to other countries.
Yeah.
So have you been to any country after reaching Germany?
Yeah, I have been in my initial days. I have been to Italy. I mean, yeah. Is there any
How was the travel?
particular question about that, or?
How was the travel? Your experience?
Yeah, it was good. It was a good experience.
When we can register to our exams, like we do not have any idea about that.
Yeah, at the start of the studies itself, a tentative schedule was given. Like on this day, the exam schedule would be given. Like on this day, you have to register for the exams. Maybe you can go through that. And as far as I know, the examination schedule is out, and soon there will be information on how to register for it. Yeah. Any other questions? Yeah.
I have a question. What is, in your opinion, personally, the best tip you could give to someone? You covered a lot of topics,
Yeah.
but what would be the number one tip that people should follow? Your best piece of advice?
Best piece of advice I'll give is prioritizing things, because many people of course you have to do a part-time job, or maybe you have to pursue your skills, but there's a particular, or maybe you have to travel. These are all kind of hobbies or personal interests, but of course there is a time for that, and we should not mix things with studies. Of course we are here to get our master's degree, we are here to study, so I don't think we have to put the studies apart and pursue all these things. So I think that is the most important tip which I would give. Of course, pursue your interests, personal interests, but keep studies as your first priority. Yeah.
As you earlier said, M10 certificate is maybe go like a TK and Barmer will only provide.
Yeah.
As you said, you purchase the private then what will the process from if I have purchased the M10 certificate, or if I purchase the insurance from private company?
Yeah, even I am having that. I am having a personal private health insurance partner. So first you have to provide your private health insurance certificate to SSG, and secondly you have to visit TK office, or maybe they come. They are here on Tuesdays also in the university. Make an appointment with them and tell them that I have a private health insurance and the university needs an M10 from TK. So they'll definitely help you out.
In your view, it is better to purchase a private or else public? Which are the best?
I mean, it's I don't think it's related to presentation, but
Yeah.
it's quite person specific.
Okay.
You see all the benefits which the insurance partner is giving and choose the best which you think.
Did you discover any of these problems personally when you came here, or did you only find them through research for this presentation?
I think some of them I just learned over the time with experiences, and of course, as I said, be on time. I am not always on time, But of course, when you come late, teachers or professors tell you like you should do this not, and with time you come to know how things work here.
We still have 5 minutes asking some questions.
Yeah.
Okay, I have no more questions. If you have no more questions, then thank you for your presentation.
Yeah. Thank you for your attention.